welcome to TCS. This is our showroom introduction. We've got a UK registered, US imported nut and bolt Restomod done in the UK. This was a fastidious owner, David, who spent 3 years on the nut and bolt restoration. We've got £46,000 worth of bits and pieces, parts, special bits, and 3 years worth of labour. You could probably say this would have cost you 90k if you had this built yourself. It was featured in Classic American, and we've got a copy of that particular issue. She's a 1976 Chevrolet Corvette C3 T-top, 3-speed auto. As I say, she's a Restomod with a 6.3 litre, which is a 383 cubic inch stroker V8. So the vehicle, the engine was bored out and has a longer stroke than standard, and is now 383 cubic inch. It's got a TH350 gearbox, which has also been rebuilt. The gearbox was beefed up to take up to 500 brake horsepower. We're in bright red with red leather. Just 4,000 miles since the rebuild, and before the rebuild she had 67,390 on the clock, so she's now about 71 in total, but really the running gear has done 4,000. So it's too much spec to list in the video, so please do look at our advert, and we'll be able to be a bit more specific about things. But I'm going to go over some stats and some bits you would like to know. So obviously 383 cubic inches, 6.3 litre. We've got the dyno on the engine. The car went to be checked over and tuned. So we've got 344.2 horsepower and 425 pound-foot of torque. The stroker engine was designed for torque to give you a nice muscle car feel and sound, and that's what David was aiming for. Standard vehicles, if it was the higher brake horsepower, was about 210 as standard. So this one is about a good 50-60% more powerful than the standard vehicle, and it drives very, very nicely, very sweet. So it's an L82 engine, an original 210 horsepower was 255 pound-foot torque. Weight on this car is 1633 kilograms, pretty light. She's made of pretty much plastic. She's near 50-50 weight distribution, which was very good for the Americans in the day. We've got CTM Engineering in Dagenham built the engine, closely guarded by the owner. We've got a comp cam camshaft, Keith black pistons, not heard of them before, but they sound great. Polished 600 CFM carburettor, which we'll show you shortly. We've got obviously the beefed up TH350 gearbox, which can take up to 500 brake. We've got a TCI torque converter, polished alloy radiator with 4-row capacity, 2 performance axial electric cooling fans to keep her cool. We've got new power steering pump, master cylinder and servo. She was rewired completely, and most of the wires have been hidden away so that she can win some car shows with it being nice and neat. We've got a Stinger one-off bonnet, which we're told was 33 hours of work to produce, and it's one-off. We've got LED lighting, and the LED lighting on the back and under the bonnet. Just going to go to the back. The rear tail lights remind me of a afterburner. A bit closer. Let's just hear that sound. That's just the most wonderful sound. Okay, we've got refurbished alloys, and the tyres basically a show car, concourse, trailer queen, garage queen, whatever you want to call her. But she's very special. So, paintwork by Custom Exotics, who have done an amazing job. They're based in Harlow. She's MOT and road fund licence exempt. We do have 2 huge A4 binders full of paperwork, an awful lot of bedtime reading, but you could say with the US title, the V5, performance stats readouts from the dyno, USB stick with all the refurb photos, the parts totaling £46,364.05. An incredible car with an amazing documentation. The headlights do pop up, I'll show you those next, and then we'll move on to the interior, and then we'll go on to the main event, the engine. So we turn the headlights on, which is one pull button there. The servos, vacuum servos that lift up the headlights are new. They're all nice and shiny. We'll see those shortly when we go to the bonnet. You would need to see and touch and feel this paintwork to admire the work that they've gone to get it this good. I think I read it had something like 3 coats of lacquer to make sure she's protected. Okay, so bonnet release is just under the steering column. Once that's been pulled, you lift the bonnet from the back. Everything under the bonnet here is polished aluminium, and there's no wires showing, there's no oil leaks, fuel leaks, water leaks. There's the chrome servos for lifting up the headlights. Huge a full 4 radiator with 2 huge electric fans which come in on their own. I believe previous owner David was telling me that he has raced cars, done the 40-mile jobs before, so he knows his mechanics very well. This car wasn't built to do the Santa Bob C, this was built for show. This bit down here is lighting. There is LED lighting just underneath the Stingray there. Lighting inside here for at night. And there's lighting underneath where the brake servo is there. Just above that, the inner wings lighting there, which you can barely see. Here with exhaust. No soft limiter on this car. Locking fuel cap. So the tops come off. I'm not going to take them off, so I don't want to scratch them, but very simple. Just a lever. Just here. I'm going to take the photos next, and I'll take the tops off for the photos. Badging has all been lacquered underneath. So apparently David said he didn't want to clean all the badging with earbuds, so he had it all done flush, had it all designed and made. Even the back one is flush. No, nothing there at all. You can feel the indentation of the badge underneath. So shutting the bonnet. inches and just drop it very, very carefully. Wheels are in great condition with red calipers and red writing on the sidewalls. Interior, we've got red and dark red, very American. Air conditioning removed, don't want air conditioning in an older car like this. All the gauges are working, including the radio. So we've got fuel gauge, water temperature, clock, oil pressure, battery. The rev counter is up here. That's digital now, like so. And that one there is transmission temperature. And then you've got in here the odometer and speedo, which is in miles per hour. It's done 4,108 miles since the rebuild. Got 2 sets of keys. She's got an alarm and a mobiliser on as well, and a mobiliser. She has got power steering, so that's all good. Armrest there, and we've got bespoke casings, soft casings for the T-tops to sit in when you're taking them off. They were made up by David's wife, Roberta. Well done, Roberta. Okay. I'm sure there's going to be lots of questions, and I will do my absolute best to answer them. But we are absolutely delighted with this car, and we are thoroughly impressed with what's been done, and whoever buys it will absolutely cherish this thing. It will be a show winning car as it's been in the past. So thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.